If you haven't heard already, there are massive changes coming on June 27th that have the potential to completely change the way you play Guild Wars 2. ArenaNet released a preview of the upcoming balance patch on the official forums. The notes themselves are quite lengthy, so in this video series, I'm going to go over the changes to every class, give you my thoughts on how they may affect the meta, as well as talk about new builds that may emerge as a result. At the end of the video, let me know what you think about the changes in the comments below. All right, now the warrior changes. I still do not think people are going to play rifle at all. I just don't think it's a very good weapon. Skills themselves they just don't really do that much. Maybe you'll see some more like meme one-shot rifle zerkers after the patch, but on non-meme builds, I don't think we're going to see rifle. It just, like, the other weapons for warrior are just so fluid and they feel, and they're very strong as well, so you can see rifle competing against them. Although I guess there's some nice like quality of life stuff with like reducing the internal cooldown before you can like activate it again. These changes are cool though. So you get like berserker stance going from 40 seconds to 25 is actually like a huge cooldown reduction. So we might see some berserker stance because it is also a stun break if I recall correctly. Let me see. Oh, it is not a stun break. Never mind, not a stun break. But it's a good skill. I think it'll be all right. Although I don't think people will slot it if they play Spellbreaker because it would compete with what is that? It's like the resistance stun break, Featherfoot Grace. It competes with Featherfoot Grace, and Featherfoot Grace is literally just a stronger version of this. So yeah, bounce stance cooldown reduction is fine. Soldier's Comfort. I think this is isn't it the tactics adept? So instead of just having soldiers focus heal allies, you also get protection. I guess it's fine, but I don't think people are going to really take that over the other options on support warrior builds. Because it's competing with the Warhorn trait, but you're also competing with like the immobilized one when you cripple an enemy. So let's see here. So they removed the cooldown reduction on peak performance. And I'm glad they did not. Wait. Oh, this is a nerf to Strength Warrior Sustain. That's really interesting. I guess they didn't. Wait, that's weird. So they actually nerfed Strength Warrior Sustain. Because before you would on Strength Warrior you take like this you take peak performance on Strength Warrior and you get like a 16-second cooldown on your mending. So like I guess you had a little bit of extra sustain, but what they didn't want is defense Spellbreaker to get more sustain. So I'm surprised that this is just like a pure nerf to Strength Spellbreaker. The defense Spellbreaker doesn't change at all. Actually, defense Spellbreaker gets buffed because now you can take Bull's Charge on a 24-second cooldown. So that's pretty cool. Wow. So they're reducing Rampage cooldown baseline. This is another buff to defense Spellbreaker. This is a huge buff to defense Spellbreaker. Whoa, that's a big buff. That is a huge buff to defense Spellbreaker. Yeah, wow. You can take Rampage and Bull Charge now. Defense Spellbreakers are going to be pretty good, I think, after the patch. Latin guy, thank you so much for the T1 sub. Really appreciate that. Wow. I'm surprised that they nerfed Strength Spellbreaker and buffed Defense Spellbreaker. I feel like that's the opposite of what they should have done. Not that like Defense Spellbreaker is really a problem right now, but like Defense Spellbreaker is stronger than Strength, so it makes sense to buff Strength. Maybe nerf Defense if they thought it was a problem, but they did it the other way around. Vigorous Shouts no longer reduces shout skill cooldowns. Baseline reduction to this is crazy. What? Dude, what the heck? What? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, wait. So I gotta break these changes down, okay? They just buffed the heck out of Defense Spellbreaker. Like, you get reduced Shake It Off cooldown, you don't even have to take Tactics. Right now it's a 30-second cooldown. That's already real good. It's going to 24. That's, oh dude, I'm playing defense Spellbreaker next patch. Like, it's just gonna be so good. It's gonna be so much fun to play. These though, these are crazy. The fact that you get baseline cooldown reduction on your shouts is a huge buff to Bladesworn. And Bladesworn, let me tell you, does not need any buffs. It just does not. You could literally go strength, defense, Bladesworn, and you get like a lower cooldown stun break. Like it's so nice. It's so nice. Like, you don't get like the healing on the shouts and stuff, but like it's a pretty good change, I think. Like this is crazy. So defense Spellbreaker has lower cooldown on Shake It Off, lower cooldown on Rampage, and what was the other one? Lower cooldown on Bull's Charge if they want to take it. Love it. Love it. Super good buffs. I mean, I don't know. Defense Spellbreaker might be too strong, but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it, so I'm happy. But yeah, okay. So this, I think they said the burning duration increase is for PvE only. If this is a PvP change, that is a crazy damage increase to sword, to the sword primal burst skill. This is also absolutely absurd. I don't think people realize how crazy this is. So Arc Divider is the great sword primal burst skill. That's the one where like it swirls around 3 times and does a ton of damage. You can currently make it so like this skill, if you cast it twice with your heal, Berserk heal, it does about like 35 to 40,000 damage in an AoE. Like you can one-shot everyone in a team fight if they don't dodge. So the fact that, but that's over 6 strikes because it's 1, 2, 3, and then you reset and it's 1, 2, 3, right? This makes it so like, yes, they did nerf. Okay, so they reduced the total power coefficient from 5.1 to 2.5 in PvE, and they reduced it from 2.1 to 1.8 in PvP, meaning they just made the damage on Arc Divider way more front-loaded. Like, instead of, let's say, dealing that like 35 to 40k AoE damage over like 6 swirls, now it'll probably deal like 30k if you reset it in like 2 strikes, which is like, it's a much more like condensed period of time. So dude, this thing is gonna nuke people's health. Like it's gonna hit so hard, man. Like people are just gonna get hit for like, I think 7-8k on a single cast of this. So looking forward to playing some Power Berserker after the patch. That might be fun. This is a Condi damage buff on Blood Reaction. I mean, it competes with a Torch trait, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. So I don't know. I feel like this is more of a PvE change. Another PvE change here. Heat the Soul. So this is the, so this was the Torch trait. And instead of giving additional condition damage and cooldown reduction for the Torch, it'll now give boons when you hit an enemy with the burst skill. So depending on what boons it gives, could be good, could be bad. They nerfed Winds of Disenchantment in Warverse World, buffed break enchantments in PvE, nerfed it in Warverse World, the boon removal. Dagger 4 now removes boons on Spellbreaker. Dagger 5 now grants barrier. I guess these changes are fine. I don't think people might take them. They might. Not really sure. Maybe you could play like the bottom strength, the Grandmaster trait, where it gives you like quickness when you CC someone, and then you can take like offhand dagger and just like dagger 3, dagger 4, and just like absolutely chunk someone's HP. Daring Dragon. I don't think anyone is going. This feels like more of a PvE change. I don't think people are going to take this over the unblockable, unblindable AoE stun that you get every time you use the dragon triggers with the middle Grandmaster trait. And that's it for the warrior changes. If you want to see the changes to the other heavy armor professions, click on one of these 2 links here. And if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.